afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt that wonderful playlist we had going on there with our groovy tunes. If you want, I can turn them back on and we could just sit here and kind of jam out a little bit. Or I'm guessing Joanna would like for us to go ahead and jump into this. Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is William Huffine. I am the president and founder of Quantum Franchise Group. And my collar's messed up here, and I feel subconscious about it. There we go. We get that all fixed, looking sharp. I went to Starbucks this morning on my way to a networking event at the Chamber of Commerce, and the barista handed me my cup. I wish I had it to show you. And she wrote on it, "Not just your average Joe." And she's right. I gave up average a long time ago. And I hope everybody in the room here is ready to give up average and really start dreaming with your eyes wide open and thinking about the future that you could have as a business owner. That's what we're going to be talking about here today. I am joined by two outstanding human beings. They are actually two of my favorite human beings on the planet. I have Joanna Murray, who is one of our senior agents here at Quantum Franchise Group, and she's going to be leading our time together today. And I have the one, the only, the woman, the myth, the legend, Ms. Gabrielle Sacco from the Tox team, actually joining us today. And Gabrielle, because she is so much smarter than I am, she is going to field the Q&A at the end of this. And so she's got a whole lot of inside information that she's going to be able to share with you as you ask your questions. So before we jump into this, a couple of housekeeping things here. And I want to go back to the share screen real quick here. And I want to take you back to this slide. You'll notice that QR code down in the lower right-hand corner of that slide. You're going to see this throughout the presentation. And that is how you're going to communicate to us that you love what you see and you'd like to learn more. You'd love to have an intro call with Gabrielle to talk more about becoming the owner of this franchise. So if you want to go ahead and zap that with your phone right now, get it queued up in your browser so that you can fill it out quickly when the mood strikes, go ahead and do that, but you will see it pop up throughout the webinar today. Another housekeeping request. Please, everybody, keep your mics on mute just to avoid any kind of distractions. I know that seeing me on the screen is enough distraction, but we want to make sure we don't have any audible distractions. Well, I'm just kind of full of myself today, aren't I? It's Friday. I feel good. Just today, Gabrielle and I helped two people, or a team of three, open two of these studios in the Dallas Metroplex. So I'm ending the week on a high note, if you can't tell. But I hope there's several of you here who are going to be excited about this as well. So scan the QR code, get it queued up in your browser, and keep your mics on mute. And we're going to go ahead and jump into this. And I want you to hang around. This wasn't advertised because we didn't want people registering just for this. But at the end of this webinar, I'm going to pick one of you who's in the room today, and we're going to send you a $50 gift card just for coming and hanging out with us, okay? So make sure you stay around to the end. All right, let me go ahead and stop my share. And Joanna, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? And I'm going to give you the mic, and the floor is yours, my friend.
My name is Courtney Yeager, and I'm the founder and CEO of The Tox.
I'm Ryan Yeager, co-founder and COO of The Tox.
My background has always been around health, wellness, and fitness. I always suffered from poor digestion, and I started doing research on the lymphatic system and realized how understudied it was in the US. And I started seeking out lymphatic treatments in LA, and I could not find anything. I just knew that it was something that I had to bring to fruition, and that's how The Tox was born.
So 4 years ago, my wife comes to me. She says, "Ryan, I need $10,000. She's like, "I need you to help me sign a lease." Instantly, I said, "You're crazy. This isn't happening."
I went to my husband and convinced him that this was the best business idea ever. He thought I was completely crazy.
I told her to tell me a little more. So she told me her plan. She was so convinced in her head. I trust and support every business decision she's ever done.
I wanted to create a studio vibe. I want to do away with the boring spa atmosphere and create that unique experience that's super curated from start to finish.
We opened our first location in Los Angeles. It was instant success.
We had every celebrity, every influencer knocking down our door, and I knew that it was something that we had to bring everywhere. My background has always been in marketing and branding, and I knew that social media was a route that I needed to to take with this business. So I immediately started our social media pages and it just blew up. Every influencer and celebrity were DMing us and they made it really easy for us. But I feel super grateful to have that organic marketing right from the beginning. So that's really what launched our success. Because the Tox technique is so unique, I knew it needed a strong name. So I knew that I wanted something that would stand out. We were at our anniversary dinner. It just came to my head and I was like, the name, it's The Tox, and that's final. It's crazy to me to think where we started and where we are today. We started with just one location, now we have 14. The branding has evolved so much. Everything is branded and executed perfectly, down to the black toilet paper. We have a full product line with over 40 SKUs that our customers are coming in for. Starting a company is never easy. There's always challenges, but to be able to do it together and be able to have my husband and my children by my side has been the all-time high of the whole journey.
I have all the confidence in the world in my wife, in Courtney. Anything she does, anything she touches, always seems to, be incredible. So I'm her biggest fan.
We have moved from the West Coast now to the East Coast. I've traveled the whole United States with my kids with me. My daughter knows how to set up a full location. They have their favorites. It's really just amazing to see and something that I would have never dreamed that this is where we would be 4 years later.
All right, awesome. Thank you. I'm Joanna Murray, and as William said, I'm a senior agent on the Quantum team. And I am going to be presenting the Tox today because it's one of my favorite brands. It's niche, which I love. There's nobody else out there doing this. So it's what we kind of refer to sometimes as a sexy brand. And everybody loves a sexy brand. So I'm going to run you through this presentation that we have together for you. And I ask that you just save the questions until the end, because one, it will make sure that we get through all of the slide deck. And two, as William mentioned, Gabrielle is going to be able to answer questions better than I can or Will can, simply because she works for the Tox and we're just partnering with the Tox. So definitely want to save those questions. If you don't have a place to jot them down and you don't want to forget, you can pop it into the chat on this Zoom and we will check it after the presentation is done. So William, are you sharing the presentation or should I?
You are, my dear. It's all you.
Okay.
Way to start the show.
All righty. So let me share my screen here.
And while she's getting that set up, we would prefer that you do put your questions in the chat. And just leave them in there. And then when we get to the end, I'll actually go through the chat box, read the questions out loud, and then we'll let Gabrielle give us the answers.
Can you see my screen with the Tox on there?
Yeah, we've got it. You might see if you can expand it a little bit. I don't know if you can or not. But...
Oh, it's on my whole screen, so I don't think I can.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay. All right. So diving in, we're just going to talk about the Tox today. And mentioned a little bit about it, that this is a new concept. So lymphatic drainage is not something that any other franchise is doing. So we're just going to go through a little bit about their culture and how this works. Most people really don't know much about lymphatic drainage since there's not a lot of people doing it right now. So this is kind of our agenda for today. We're going to go through the purpose and mission, talk about how they're the first to market, experience and environment, introduce you to the Tox team, talk about Tox support, and then we're going to talk about the opportunity, which is why you're all here, and also a little bit about how Franchise Fastlane is helping to drive development. So Franchise Fastlane is another third-party company that's working with the Tox. We work with them as well. So just starting out here, the Fast Five. Kind of some key points that are interesting to potential franchisees. Lean staffing requirements. You don't have to have a huge team of people that you're managing. You've got a couple of people on the desk, a few techs, and maybe a general manager, depending on whether or not you're going to be an owner operator. It's a simple build out, very clean, simple. It's fast to open. You're not going to be spending a year building out this space. So that's good. Whenever there's a brick and mortar component to a franchise, you want to look for something that can be opened quickly. Low investment and a meaningful and impressive item 19. So for the amount that you're getting into the business for, there's a very impressive item 19. For those of you who don't know what item 19 is, that is a section of the franchise disclosure document. We refer to that as the FDD. Item 19 is where the brands have the opportunity to talk to you a little bit about what you might be able to earn. And so when we say there's an impressive item 19, it means that there's a good chance that you can earn very good income doing this franchise. So there's a first to market in this category that really truly is nothing like it. And then the other thing that is pretty cool about this brand is that they have a turnkey influencer and social media marketing, which is handled entirely by corporate. So 95% of the revenue of their franchisees is coming from the leads that corporate is getting for them by doing excellent, really fantastic social media marketing and influencer marketing. So if you haven't already done this, you should check out the talks. I checked it out. I did a Google search for the talks, and the next thing I knew, it was showing up in my inbox. It was showing up on my Facebook feed. It's showing up everywhere. If you're going to be running this business in your local community, the same thing's going to happen when people in your community hear about the talks. It's going to be popping up everywhere, and you don't have to do that part yourself. This is a little bit. You can see what the space looks like. It's kind of a cool vibe, dark colors. It's a spa-like environment, but a little bit different from your typical spa. So they have a purpose and a mission that they talk about. So their mission is helping people discover the treatment their body has been missing. So a lot of people don't even realize that this is missing from their lifestyle. So the lifestyle and well-being, people who are serviced by this, by the talks, the customers, it's a lymphatic system and digestive system that is blocked. People are holding on to extra water weight, hormonal imbalance, diminished energy. They feel sluggish. They feel stressed or have anxiety. These are all the things that we can help with when we get customers into your talks location. And I can relate to all of those things. I want to run out and get a tox treatment myself. Okay, so the problem, here we go. They feel uncomfortable in their own skin, inside and out. They've researched solutions on their own, and they can't find a solution. They can't find anything that's helping them to feel less sluggish, less hormonally imbalanced, all of the things. And people, I'm talking to my friends these days, everybody's kind of struggling with this. It's just a sluggish feeling. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of toxins out in the world, and the tox can help to reduce all of that through this lymphatic drainage system. So the solution is the tox technique. It replaces a typical body treatment. So a lot of people, when you think about health and wellness, body treatment, spas, you're thinking about a typical massage. This is not a massage. It's different from a massage. It's performed 90% by hand and 10% using a tox machine. The body sculpting technique is focused on lymphatic and digestive health. So there is also an aesthetic benefit. So you get some body sculpting and a reduction of inflammation while ridding your body of toxins. So you're going to look leaner, less bloated when you are finished with a tox treatment. And then another thing that the tox does, which everybody loves, is they send out a daily positive affirmation. This goes to customers, people on the team, and it's just great. It's a real feel-good, positive, upbeat vibe, and customers love it. It makes them feel part of the community and like they're cared for. So the tox promises They're the first ever, so this is an experience like no other. There truly is nothing else to compare it to. It's a unique blend of bodywork that works directly with your lymphatic and digestive system to detoxify both your body and your mind. They say a healthy body is beautiful, and the tox technique incorporates different body techniques that increase your metabolic rate, rid your body of toxins, and cleanse your colon, all while giving you long-lasting results. A leaner look flushes water retention and gives you an overall leaner look. Improvements evident in circulatory, respiratory, and the endocrine system. So there's a lot of great benefits to these treatments. Some industry stats. This blew my mind. 450 billion in the United States. That's the estimated spend on wellness products and services. Annual $450 billion. And that's growing at 5% every year. So this, you might think that this doesn't seem like it's a recession-resistant brand, but that health and wellness segment just keeps growing. It's been growing 5% annually and expected to be, I think we have on the next slide here, by 2032, the US dollars 89.45 billion dollars in 2032. So that's just a few years away. Although that's crazy to think about, 2032 is just a few years away. The lymphatic system is the least understood and the most undervalued. So that's of all of your body systems. If it stopped working, we would die. We would die within 2 days. But most people don't really give any thought to it. So here's this new brand that's making waves and a big splash in the industry. So here's that bar chart. You see where we were in 2022 at 52.43 billion, and heading up every year, a little higher and higher and higher, until 2032 is what this goes to. So here we have, again, if you haven't yet scanned the QR code and you're interested in learning more about the brand, we have the QR code here again. Feel free to take your cameras out and get that link. Again, the first to market in the lymphatic drainage service category. These are some really cool things about the brand and their values. So the Tox core values, innovation. Obviously, with this being a first to market, they started out with an innovative service. They continue to think about things with innovation in mind and continually pushing boundaries. Empowerment, empowering individuals to take charge of their well-being journey. Positivity. We radiate positivity in every interaction, fostering an environment of encouragement, support, and optimism. And that's, with that daily positivity affirmation email, it all kind of feeds into this amazing culture that the Tox has. Inclusivity at the Tox, diversity is celebrated. Quality, we maintain the highest standards of quality in every aspect of our services. Trend setting, which is so fun. As trendsetters in lymphatic wellness, we set the bar for style and modernity. I have so much trouble saying that word every time. Authenticity. We operate with transparency and authenticity, fostering genuine connections with our clients and within our team. Community, believe in the power of community. Self-love, our commitment to self-love drives us to promote self-care, self-acceptance, and personal growth. And continuous growth. Just as we guide our clients on transformative journeys, we embrace our own journey of growth. So if you become a franchisee with this brand, you're going to be on your own growth journey alongside the, all the people at headquarters and all the other franchisees who you'll be working closely with and have relationships with. Those are their core values. I think it's a really great brand with a strong culture. Simple, recurring, and effective. So it's this is something that you're going to have a lot of people who are repeat customers. It's really a simple business, simple build out, and you're going to have the recurring business from people who come in and love it. They're going to love what they see. They're going to love how they feel, and they're going to want to come back. So it's easy to sell. It's easy to train, and it's easy to treat. The tox experience and environment. So this is kind of the process. It's a 3-step process when you're bringing new clients into your tox spa. They will call or schedule their appointments online and then arrive at the tox studio for their treatment with, we've talked about a unique blend of bodywork with their lymphatic and digestive system. So they're going to arrive and then they're going to begin their treatment. And I love the way they market this piece here. It's the cheat meal, the week of no sleep, the stress hormones, the unavoidable chemicals that pollute our lives, and the residual metabolic waste weighing us down. I know I feel that, and I think most people I know feel that. So when you really look at how they market that, it makes so much sense. People are going to say, yeah, I have that problem. I have the cheat meal that I do all day Saturday and maybe twice during the week. I forget, not forget, but I just give in to my cravings. Lots of people are suffering from lack of sleep and stress, and this is just going to help everybody to feel better. Time to get rid of it all. A full body treatment designed to relieve swelling and help the flow of lymphatic fluid. All right, so a little bit about their pricing. The tox shop and services. So the master tox is $200 to $350. These are high price points that are going to really drive great revenue. And your clientele, everything that this is marketed towards, they're going to be people who can afford these treatments. Facial sculpting, $225, pregnancy treatments, $250. They have bundle options. And a lot of people, like we said, are going to be doing this on a regular basis, not a one-time thing. So you've got 59.5%, almost 60% are repeat clients. The average ticket price per person is $290. And then there's also the tox shop where they sell some products that will continue to help people after they have the service in the spa. So the tox shop provides eye serums, facial oils, de-bloat products, dry brush, compression socks. They've got a whole bunch of things that your clients can buy, and that tends to be right around just under 7% of the total revenue for each of the franchisees' locations. A little bit about what you would be needing for your brick and mortar location. The spas tend to be between 1,500 and 2,500 square feet with a ceiling to support curtain structure. That's a simple thing to do. It's not a difficult build out. No additional plumbing is needed. It's a standard retail setting, a simple and timely build out, and the lease build out support from corporate. So they will help you find the right location and help you to make sure that it's built out the way that you want it to look so that it fits in with all the rest of them. These are some pictures of the tox studios. It's just a really cool space with a dark vibe. Looks great. People love the build out. And they have some fun signs throughout the space, encouraging self-love. So it's a stylish environment, not your standard spa or massage clinic. It's unique and beautiful, self-love messaging. The black toilet paper, maybe Gabrielle can talk to us about that. They have black toilet paper, and I'm not really sure why. Tailored playlist, and it's just like nothing you've ever seen before. They radiate positivity in every interaction, fostering an environment of encouragement, support, and optimism. The studios exude a vibrant energy that uplifts both the team and the clients. So it's just a really positive, upbeat environment. So a little bit about the history of the company. So the Tox was founded in 2019. They began franchising in 2021. And in 2022, they had 2 total locations awarded. And now they have more than that. So they've got some that are being built out. They have more that have already opened. And that's the Tox history going back to the beginning. And it's this couple that started it. Courtney Yeager and Ryan Yeager are the founders. And they just have a real belief in what they were doing and realized that they were helping people and that they could make this into a franchise and help more people and grow the footprint. So right now they have, well, this might be a little bit old information. Gabrielle can tell us. They have at least 20 total Tox team members. This might be older. As I said, the business is really growing. That's the support team at corporate. Then you have Tox support. We know starting a business can be risky, confusing, and downright overwhelming. Ain't that the truth? So the Tox franchise is perfect for motivated, compassionate, and empathetic people who are passionate about making a difference and empowering people to take care of themselves, both physically and mentally. You don't have to have any experience doing lymphatic drainage to own this business. Have you always wanted to start a business but didn't know how? If that's you, the Tox is a great place to start. They're going to give you their playbook and help you open up a location that's going to be really well loved in your community, and you don't have to come up with the idea yourself. You don't have to come up with the build out yourself. You've got a lot of support from the Tox. So as a Tox franchise owner, you will help clients improve their health with the unique and life-changing treatments and products, optimize your investment with a low startup cost and simple build out. High ticket prepaid revenue model guarantees strong retention and offers a predictable and manageable business operation. You operate an attractive studio with less than 10 employees, and you can gain financial stability and have an opportunity for multi-unit ownership. Differentiators. I mean, the big thing is there's nobody else doing this. So usually when you're looking at a business to buy, there are other businesses doing the same thing. Really, with the Tox, they're the first ones out there. So that's the main differentiator in my eyes. You will own a studio offering lymphatic wellness treatments and products specifically, the first in the market to do so, and the only franchise concept in this category. Benefit from the Tox corporate, driving traffic to your business by managing all social media influencing and marketing so you can concentrate on in-person operations. Be respected with first ever life-changing brand in the wellness space, and stand out from the crowd in a unique market niche with little competition. Key areas of support. So these are the things that corporate's going to help you with. They're going to help you with site selection and lease negotiation when you're looking for your site to open your franchise. They're going to give you training around your store opening. Turnkey influencer marketing program executed and managed by the corporate team. I know we keep talking about that, but this is really a huge benefit. A lot of franchises don't do this, and as a franchisee, you're responsible for your own marketing, or at least a large portion of it. And again, just to reiterate, 95% of your revenue is coming from the leads that you're getting from this corporate marketing campaign. On-site field operations, they'll help you with technology systems and support, and then just ongoing franchisee support. So they're really great about helping you when you have questions, when you need anything, they're available to help you. Onboarding for new Z. If you're new to franchising, you might not know that we call franchisees Zs. We call franchisors Zors. So the onboarding for a new Z is going to be virtual training of about 12 to 14 hours, and then 4 to 6 days of in-person training, either at the corporate location or on site where you will be opening. Hands-on technique training for 6 to 9 days at a location deemed by corporate. And then a business coach to your location for pre-opening, opening, and post-opening assistance. So they're really very, very helpful. You're not opening this and kind of just on your own. And then ongoing business coach support. Like I said earlier, anything you need, you have questions, your KPIs aren't where you want them to be, there's somebody who's going to help you and coach you through. Turnkey influencer social media marketing. This is handled entirely by corporate and a dedicated social media manager. I really encourage you to go and check out their posts and their reels. They're all over Instagram and Facebook. Great marketing campaign. I think you'll love it. And the best part is you don't have to do it yourself. So the Tox marketing team will look after promoting your location via global and local influencers with our influencer marketing relationships. We will send a maximum of 20 local influencers to your location per month to take and post organic content. So right there in your location, you're going to have influencers coming and posting. And we all know that that leads to viral posts. And that's a great, great way to get your name and your service out there to your local community. So local advertising strategies, Google My Business. The franchisor will assist you in setting up a robust Google My Business presence with ongoing coaching on how to achieve 5-star reviews. So that's another place where you'll be getting some leads. And then local networking strategies are shared. So you're going to want to attend places that have the clientele that you're looking for. So bar studios, Pilates studios, hair salons, country clubs, fitness studios, places where your perfect client, your kind of ideal person is hanging out. And they're going to help you to understand how to leverage those interactions to bring in more business. And then on the hiring and recruitment side, you are going to have a team of roughly 10 people. The typical studio has 1 manager, 1 to 2 front of the house team members, and 5 technicians. Corporate provides sample job posts and teaches new franchisees hiring best practices. Pre-existing studios have actually had a wait list of technicians wanting to work at the Tox. It's because of the social media campaigns and the influencers, it's becoming a very well-known brand, and they actually have a wait list of people looking to start working for them. So you shouldn't have too much of a problem finding the employees. They're getting paid $20 an hour to start, and then they get tips and product commissions as well. A day in the life as an owner. Nurture a culture of achievement founded on the Tox core principles, which we talked about before: collaboration, responsibility, and optimism. Attend and collaborate on events to drive location exposure in the market. So again, local gyms, beauty salons, all of those places, Pilates studios, etc. Supervise daily employee operations encompassing recruitment, training, scheduling, and motivation. Ensure client experience is based on transparency, education, and ease when it comes to booking and purchasing a treatment plan. So we want this to be super easy for your clients to book a plan, book a treatment, come in, get the treatment, and feel good about themselves. That's all streamlined, and people are going to love the experience. And then ensure client experiences. Oh, I already meant that part. Strategize for future expansion and steer financial performance management. So that's the role of the owner. And then technology, they use MindBody online. I know I go to a few yoga studios that use MindBody, Pilates studios use MindBody. So most of your clientele will be familiar with this system and will be able to just seamlessly go right in and book their own appointments. The Tox opportunity. So this is for new franchisees. There's 3 different models that they use. So you can have the general manager model, the executive model, or the owner operator model. And all of them are great. They all have really good reasons to do it that way. Depends on what you're looking for as a business owner. Are you looking to replace the job that you're doing now? If so, you probably are looking at the owner operator model. But if you're looking at this more as an investment, you'd be more on the end of the general manager model. All of them share the same nurture, the same kind of top line goal here: to nurture a culture of achievement founded on the Tox core principles of collaboration, responsibility, and optimism. So all 3 models, that's something that you're going to do. And then if you're doing the general manager model, you'll be building and training a team, including a general manager. You're going to hire somebody to take care of the day-to-day. And then you'll be a support system with management and a liaison between corporate and your general manager. The executive model is a little bit different from that. doing the same thing to nurture the culture, and then attending and collaborating on events as you see fit to drive local exposure. So the general manager model, the general manager would be doing that. In the executive model, you're doing that piece. You oversee operations and ensure a strong operational infrastructure is established. And a big part of the executive model is looking towards future growth. So strategizing for future expansion and steer financial performance management. And then the owner operator model is, I think, self-explanatory. You're going to be the general manager. So you got all of the things that the other two models are doing, but you're also in the day-to-day, you're running this business as your full-time job. So the Tox, again, founded in 2019, started franchising in 2021. Their royalties are 8% and the brand fund is 2%. And they do participate in VetFran. The territory is the lesser of 3 miles or 100,000 in population. So we're looking for about 100,000 people in the territory. So you can buy multiple territories, and you see here, each territory has a cost to it for the franchise fee, but you get a discount for every additional unit that you buy. So if you buy 1 unit, the franchise fee is $49,500. And if you buy multiples, you can have, if you had 7, you would be all in franchise fee of $261,500. So you can kind of get a feel once you start talking to Gabrielle and other people at the talks, what would make the most sense for you, whether that's, you know, a single unit or multiple, and how many you want to be running. So that's the initial investment is between $235,000 and $396,500. And they break that down for you to see what all of the different expenditures are that would get you to that range. So there's some, you know, there's a 150,000 difference between the low end and the high end, and you can kind of see where those are all coming in. So the franchise fee is flat, and then there's training expenses. This probably depends whether you go to headquarters, they come to you. Do you like to stay in a 5-star hotel? There's a bunch of things in here that you could see. This one is 50,000 to 110,000 for the leasehold improvements. Whenever there's a brick and mortar location as part of your franchise, you're going to have a pretty big swing in the low end to the high end. And that all just depends on what location you choose, how much it needs to be built out compared to the existing structure of it, and whether you're paying for that build out, or maybe the landlord is paying for the build out and you're just going to be paying it back in rent, maybe a little bit higher rent than if you paid for the build out yourself. These are all things that the brand will help you with. And then the item 19 overview. Again, the item 19 is where we talk a little bit about what you might be able to make. So they provide full profit and loss for 4 locations. So you can see exactly what was coming in for revenue and what's going out on their expense side. Number of client visits and average ticket per customer is in item 19. The revenue by service type, the client retention rates, staff compensation data, and average and median gross revenue numbers. So that's actually a very robust item 19. Many franchises will just give you the top line revenue. You kind of have to do a lot more legwork to get what the Tox gives you right from the get-go. So this is a great resource. Ideal Tox franchisee. This is who they're looking for. Entrepreneurs with a passion for health and wellness, ability to lead with compassion, kindness, and empathy, appreciation for the brand's mission, strong community ties, strong communication and people skills. No medical experience, licensure, or medical qualifications are required. They're looking for people with liquid 200,000 and a net worth of 450,000 or more. And then lastly, a little bit about how they've partnered with Fastlane. So there's a company called Franchise Fastlane, and franchises that are looking to grow their footprint and they want to grow quickly and really put themselves out there in many, many markets and be able to help more people. A lot of them will partner with Franchise Fastlane, Franchise Fastlane has they just have the system down so well. So they have this system and it's steps 1 through 7 and how you can become a franchisee. It starts with an introductory call with the brand. In this case, that would be the talks. Then the next call is unit economics. They do an FDD review with you. Territory mapping, you can really figure out, do you want 1 territory, 2 territories, exactly which zip codes, where are you going to be? Confirmation day, so you go and you meet the franchisor team, brand approvals and decision day call. And then the franchisee agreement delivery. So I'm sorry, the franchise agreement delivery. They're going to get that contract to you for you to review and sign. And once you sign and you pay your upfront fees, you are a new franchisee and they will have a welcome call to celebrate with you and discuss your first steps to open. So this is the fun part. These last few from 5 to 7, these are the most fun when you are right on the cusp and right after becoming a business owner. So are you ready? Are you ready to be part of this really cutting edge brand that is going to change the way that people view health and wellness?
I'm happy to see that we've been joined by another one of our Quantum Franchise Group team members here, Miss Angela Yee. And Angie actually helped a candidate last fall open up their 2 studios in the Nashville, Tennessee market. So great job there, Angie. And I want you to stay with us, Angie, because I have an assignment for you at the end of this webinar. So get ready, brace yourself. All right. Hey, it's time for some Q&A. And I want you to go ahead and if you've got questions about anything you've seen here, I want you to go ahead and drop those questions in the chat box and we're going to go through them together. And I am going to kick off by asking Gabrielle a question here. Gabrielle, give us an update. If you have it in front of you, I'm putting you on the spot here. How many tox units are now operational and how many are under development?
Yes, definitely. First off, I just want to say thank you, Joanna. You did an amazing job.
Oh,
It's
thank
always,
you.
yes, of course. It's always so great to work with the Quantum Group. So I'm very, very thankful to be here today. Those videos honestly make me emotional just watching them with Courtney and Ryan, just seeing where they started with the 13 locations that we had. But today we have 88 locations since they started with Franchise Fastlane in 2023 at the later half of the year. So we have 88 franchise locations. We have 20 that are open right now. The rest are in development, but we're planning to have about 60 open by the end of this year. So we're not just awarding the locations, we're getting them up and running. And that's because of all the support that we've been able to provide from the corporate side.
All right, very good, Gabrielle. And we do have our first question in the chat here. This is from Pavan Honda. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, please forgive me. They're asking, can you describe the qualifications and training of technicians? What skills do they need to have?
Yeah, so primarily we do hire licensed estheticians for the actual technique. Now, there's no federal requirements for body sculpting. That franchisee would have to check in with their state's rules and regulations to see what they need to be certified for body sculpting or body contouring. It can be under personal miscellaneous services as well, but we typically want to partner with esthetician schools or estheticians that don't have any experience because we're able to mold them with the technique that we're able to train them on. But that training is in New York City at our training center, and it's about 7 to 8 days that they will go through. So they know what it's like to train in a very busy studio before they come back to their actual location and start their grand opening.
All right, wonderful. If anybody else has any other questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat box. But Gabrielle, I do have another question for you. For those who are going through the process of being awarded a franchise, really one of the very last steps is what's called the in-person confirmation day up in New York. So, those of you who are considering this, you're going to go through those 7 steps that Joanna outlined for you. And when you get close to the end, the tox is going to invite you to come up to New York, hang out with them for a couple of days for confirmation day. And this is really the last interview. It's the big date before you decide to get married here with the tox. So, Gabrielle, can you tell us a little bit about what that experience is like? What will folks experience when they come to Confirmation Day?
Yeah, so currently it is in New York City. Next month, since we are refiling our FDD, we will have it at our headquarters in Vero Beach, Florida. But it is a 1.5 day event that we have. It's a really fun and exciting time that we do. So you get to meet the whole entire franchisor team. Our corporate team, operations are there. Our social media team is there as well. We start off with a dinner the first night where you get to bond with the franchisors and get to know a little bit more about their story. They get to know more about you. And then the next day, we start off with a big breakfast at the distribution center. And then we kick things off with a studio walkthrough. You'll be able to get a treatment during that time as well, but we'll be able to walk through the whole real estate side and the specifics that we're looking for when it comes to finding that white box shell that we want, because our build out's very, very simple. After that, then we get into our presentation. So it's about an hour to an hour and a half long. We touch base on everything on what to expect, like 30 days before your grand opening experience, and on. And then we conclude with a one-on-one. So we just have that personal communication with them for about 15 minutes. We ask them about what their goals are, their operational structure that they're going to want to take. And then we, as the franchisor team, we decide if we want to move forward with the group or not, as well as you guys making that evaluation on your end too. So that really wraps things up. And then after that, you guys have 7 days to review the franchise agreement, get everything sorted, all your ducks in a row. And if by that time, by the 7 days, you're ready to move forward, then you would sign and then fund and then move forward, and we'd set you up as a new franchisee.
All right. Very good. Angie, I'm going to put you on the spot here if you don't mind. I know that you worked with a candidate in Nashville to help her be awarded 2 locations. Can you tell us a little bit about, without mentioning their full name, can you tell us a little bit about your candidate's background? What kind of professional background did she come out of to become a tox owner?
Yeah, so my candidate, she was a C-suite executive in the health and medical space. And she immediately knew when she saw the advertisement I posted about the tox opportunity that she already understood the lymphatic drainage system and how this brand was basically focused on something that, is something that everyone needs treatment for, and not many people are aware about. So she was very excited after she learned about the brand and the type of service that it would provide. And she was a previous business owner as well. So she already had that experience of knowing how to run a business and start a business. But it was her first franchise business. That was new for her, but obviously all that support that she got from corporate, she should be up and running, I believe, later this year. Am I right, Gabrielle?
Yeah, she's actually going to be open, I think, within the next couple months. I think she's already initiated her training, so she's about to open her doors here soon.
Yes. And yeah, she got a great location, Nashville, which is a hot area. So the fact that she got 2 locations in Nashville, she's very lucky and she's very happy with it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I know we had a big celebration when we helped Rachel reach the finish line and be awarded her territories. So thank you for that, Angie. We've also, our crew, Quantum Franchise Group, we've helped open these 2 locations, or get these 2 locations in Nashville awarded, 2 locations in Georgia, I believe, and 2 locations in Florida, and now 2 locations in the Dallas Metroplex. So we've had a lot of experience with the tox over the last several months, and it just continues to prove itself over and over and over again to be a really fantastic brand. You'll actually be working directly with Gabrielle if you do choose to begin going down this path with us. So, all right. 2 more things. I don't see any other questions that have popped into the chat box here, but we have 2 more things to do. First, we did have another question just drop in. So the question is, could you define the market opportunity? Is this another type of health spa? Who are the customers? Do they have ailments? What benefits and treatment are they expecting? What are the demographics of customers and patients? There are a lot of questions in here. Is there clinical evidence of benefits? Sorry, a lot of basic questions, but I missed the first 10 minutes. So, uh, Gabrielle, you wanna give them the 2-minute answer to those, I guess.
Yeah, so it is a luxurious wellness concept. And what we specialize in is body sculpting, all while detoxifying your lymphatic and your digestion system. So the benefits that the clients are getting are both physical and internal as well. So they can get from the physical side, they can leave a 60 or a 90-minute session looking more lean and contoured, but also the internal benefits are ridding your body of toxins, reducing your body of any inflammation, bloating, and then also improving your digestive system as well. I'm trying to answer all your questions here. The demographics, primarily it's 90% female, 10% male. I would say the age range is anywhere from about 25 years old all the way up to 65 years old. When we are positioning your territories to make sure that it is a viable market, we want to bring in those clients that have that disposable income. So really that 25 to 65 range, those are the clients that are going to be paying for this service because it is more of a sophisticated brand that we have. We don't gear towards medical. It's more so results driven. So we don't want to make any health claims to our clients. So that's why a lot of the marketing is structured towards like the physical side to get those clients through the door. And then our education and experience in the community that we formed inside the actual studio, that's what's keeping those customers coming back on a reoccurring basis. So I hope I answered all of those questions there.
Yeah, very good, Gabrielle. And I want you guys to think about 3 different types of people who really do need this service. Yes, it is a little higher end luxury service, but for a lot of people, this is actually an essential service. Now, you do have people who are really more focused on the body sculpting. They want to look like these beautiful, trim women that you saw on the slides there. They're really focused on just looking and feeling their best. But then you have people like cancer patients who have gone through the cancer journey, and they've had lymph nodes removed from various parts of their body for testing. And those folks always have a compromised lymphatic system that does not function optimally to remove the toxins from the body. And they are at an elevated risk of a condition called lymphedema. Lymphedema is a condition that occurs when parts of your body swell up, sometimes irreversibly, because the lymphatic system is not working properly. So a lymphatic massage is something that's going to continue to keep that lymphatic system moving and working properly. And those are the people who very well may have to have this on a recurring basis because of that compromised system. And then, of course, older folks, like Gabrielle mentioned, on the other end of the spectrum, 65 plus. These are people who just age has caused their lymphatic system to not function as optimally as it did when they were younger. So they do suffer with more all over body ailments, digestive issues, and things like that can be alleviated through the lymphatic massage technique. So when we talk about this being a luxury brand, a luxury experience, you might be tempted to think, oh, this is just one of those discretionary things for people who have the money to spend, and it's a luxury item. Yes, but it is also an essential service for a significant segment of the population. And somebody else dropped a comment in here. There are also many people who have various IBS diagnoses that would benefit from this treatment. Absolutely correct, Tracy. Thank you for putting that in the chat for us as well. All right. So I have 2 things that I want to do. First of all, I want to throw it back to Gabrielle just to see if there are any last remarks that you would like to make about the talks that we haven't covered here. And then I'm going to kick it over to Angie, because Angie's going to help us decide who gets I almost said $50,000 Amazon. No, that's not happening. $50 Amazon gift card. And Angie's going to help us decide who gets that. So Gabrielle, any last closing remarks?
I just want to say thank you to you guys, also to Quantum, for just being so awesome and presenting the brand amazingly to your candidates. You guys always help us find such amazing partners. So thank you so much for that. I don't have any closing remarks. I feel like we really touched base on everything that you need to know. I'm always happy to connect with you guys and educate you more, a little bit more about the talks and dive deeper into each stage of our process. But overall, this is just like a very high-end brand. It's awesome. It's not a lot of your investment and you're getting out a really big return from it. So I'm happy to dive into the FDD more if you guys are interested in exploring the talks, but I'll kick it over to Joanna so she could try to find the winner for the prize. So good luck to whoever's the winner here.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna let Angie help us with that task. But just one more time, I want to remind everybody that down in the chat, I'm going to put the link one more time to the response form. Just click on that link. Tell us a little bit about information about yourself, and that is going to trigger a conversation with Gabrielle and getting more documentation in your hands to see if this is the right choice for you. So, all right, Angie, I need you to choose a number. Now, we've already had a couple people leave the webinar.
Ooh.
The odds just went up for the rest of you for the $50 gift card, not 50,000. All right, Angie, tell me a number between 1 and 7.
Ooh, you know what? 7's my lucky number, actually.
So you're going to go with 7?
I'm gonna go with 7.
You're going to go with 7. All right. So the winner of our $50 gift card was going to be Melanie, but Melanie left. So give us another number there, Angie.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 2.
2. All right. Tracy Davis, you are the winner of the $50 Amazon gift card. Tracy, we should have your email address already from the registration that you sent it. So I'm going to get that process, get that gift card out to you via email. My pleasure. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Joanna, for doing an amazing job with the presentation. Gabrielle, thank you for gracing us with your presence and being such an expert on the talks. And Angie, thank you for being here as well and actually helping us get some folks to become owners of a talk studio. So all
right.
the rest of you. Yes,
It's 1:58, and I really want Gabrielle to tell us what the deal is with the black toilet paper. I really want to know.
Okay.
So cool. It's cool.
Listen, everybody questions it all the time. I think it's just Courtney and her mind of where it goes. She really wants it to be like nothing you've ever seen before.
Yeah.
And wanted that brand feel experience to feel very exclusive. So she was like, we're sticking with the branding, white and black, everything. And we're going to do something that you don't see. Black toilet paper. So
All right.
we manufacture it in-house. So everything is curated by her. And we send out the black toilet paper sometimes in confirmation day. You'll see truckloads of it come in. And it really is very unique.
Thank you. Yeah, I keep seeing it everywhere and I'm like, why black? So thank you.
As a New Yorker, I can say I like the black toilet paper.
Yeah, I do too.
You know,
I think it's cool. I just knew there had to be something behind it. So
I actually had in my mind a reason for the black toilet paper, but it's pretty disgusting, and I don't want to tell anybody what it is.
all right then.
I had a feeling you had that in your mind, William.
I'm always the class clown, that's for sure. All right, everybody. It is 1:59. I know some of you got to get back to work. I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to helping you explore the talks further and see if it's the right fit for you.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us today, everybody. And thank you, Gabrielle. Bye-bye.
Bye.